Tariq. I'm finally saying it right. Tariq, not Tyreek. What's up, YouTube? It's Monique back with another recap. Power Season 6, Episode 9. So the episode starts off with Tommy, of course, after finding out that Keisha's dead. He has like an evil look in his eyes. He's sad. He's heartbroken. He immediately brings Cash to his father's house. His father is down for the cause. He's letting Tommy know anything he needs, any help he needs, that he's down to help him. So after Tommy leaves Cash's dad's house, immediately Sergeant Rodriguez, confronts him as he's going to his car. She says, okay, I know Keisha is dead and I know you did it. But she's looking in his eyes. She's trying to read him. And Tommy was like, I was actually ring shopping with her son Cash, so I couldn't have did it. But Rodriguez, she's going to do whatever she can to bring down Keisha's killer. So she thinks it's Tommy, but she's looking for a motive. She's trying to figure it out. Ghost goes property hunting. He's not going to give up on the Queen's Child Project, even though all his permits, they've been denied. So he finds a property he likes and he's ready to buy. So Ramona and Lorette, which is Tate's running mate, they meet up and they try to get him to become, a candidate for lieutenant governor, because they're trying to take Tate down. Ramona, she's trying to get off of Tate's team. So of course, Ghost, he's willing to agree because he knows it's a good move. Tommy, he's looking at the ring he just brought Keisha. He gets a call from Ghost. Ghost is like, okay, did you leave the gun where we agreed to have it left? Because he's supposed to leave it in the elevator box. And Tommy, he's like, yeah, I left it there. But Tommy thinks that Ghost is the one that kills Keisha. So he's trying to set up Ghost anyway. Of course, he's waiting for the right time and place. Dre meets up with Sergeant Rodriguez. Rodriguez is basically like, if you don't give me the information I need, I can go ahead and put that ankle monitor back on you. Dre is trying to give her the information. Rodriguez, she wants to know where Tommy's warehouse is, where his crew meets, where the drugs are, so she can bust them. So Dre is like, I don't know where the warehouse is, but the last time they kidnapped me, I was blindfolded. So if you look at the last few locations that my ankle monitor pull up, then you should find Tommy's warehouse. So Rodriguez is like, okay, if this all pans out, if you're correct, then we're square. She says, we are square. She is corny. Ghost decides to talk to Jason because he needs a silent partner to buy the building for the Queen's Child Project. So Jason, he has to think about it. But Ghost tells Jason that, they have a limited time. Other people are bidding on the building. So this is something that if Jason wants, he has to move quickly on it. So they have a little meeting, then Jason leaves. Ramona and Tate, they meet up. Tate says, I'm done with Jamie, aka Ghost. He's out of this campaign. I don't want anything to do with him. I no longer need him. Ramona, she lets him know that, his votes and all that might drop because Jamie, aka Ghost, he has a lot of support behind him. But Ramona, she decides to tell Tate, you're right. We're done with Jamie. We no longer are going to associate with him. But Ramona has something up her own sleeve. She is down for Jamie. She's trying to work with Jamie, but she doesn't want Tate to know that yet. Ghost walks into Tasha's daycare just in time to see her, handling some drug business. He confronts her. He's like, I know you aren't handling drugs in and out of this daycare. And she's basically like, I don't know what you're talking about. So then she admits it. She's like, yeah, I'm doing this. So what? You did it. Why can't I? Dre decides to call Jason. Dre lets Jason know that Tommy and his crew, they're about to get busted by the cops, and that Jason should work with him. He should be the distro. So first, before Dre says all that, Jason is basically saying, you messed up your chance with me. You were supposed to have a meeting with me. You were a no-show. So what is this conversation about? You're done. I don't need you. But then Dre tells him all that information about Tommy and his crew, gets it in Jason's mind because he didn't know any of that. And then Jason's like, okay, well, I'll give you a call. Then Dre's like, I look forward to your call. Call me. Ghost heads to Tariq's teacher conference. The teacher says that Tariq is so great. He's doing well. that he even has an after school job. He shows Ghost the pay stubs. Ghost is trying to put two and two together. He's like, what after school job does Tariq have? Of course, he's like, okay, it's the daycare. So he's moving weight with his mother. He can't believe that. So he immediately barges into Tasha's apartment. Actually, he's there before she's there. So he found his way in. He confronts Tasha. He's like, why you got my son moving weight? You know, we trying to get him out of this path. And Tasha's like, we lost him a while ago. I'm just trying to make sure he does things the right way. I'm trying to make sure he doesn't get caught. Ghost is like, okay, so you want him to be arrested or killed. Tasha says, I'm trying to avoid all of that. So they go back and forth, and Ghost threatens to have Tasha's business taken away. And he threatens to take away their daughter, Yaz. Tasha, she's threatening Ghost back too. And she's threatening to tell the police that Ghost is the one that killed Terry Silver. Ghost ain't having that. He pins her up on the refrigerator. He is putting pressure on her arms. He's pinning her up. He's never, ever been this aggressive towards Tasha. He eventually lets go, and he leaves, and she's in disbelief, like, he really put his hands on me. So she's not gonna let that go. As soon as Ghost goes back to his club, he gets on the phone and he reports drugs being moved in and out of Tasha's daycare. Of course, he's anonymous. So he follows up with what he was gonna do. I did not think that he was gonna get the police involved, but he did. So of course, Sergeant Rodriguez and her team, they head to Tasha's daycare. So they're moving in and out. They say, we got a warrant. We're gonna check this place out. So I already knew that Tasha was smart enough not to have any drugs or any, paper trail leading back to her. So as soon as they, bombarded her place, looked around, they found nothing. Sergeant Rodriguez, she immediately apologized. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Tasha already knew that Ghost was the one that sent them there. As soon as the police left, her homegirl was like, I'm done with this. And I'm taking all of my girls out of this situation too, because you don't know what you're doing. The police came here once. I'm sure they'll come again. You don't have things handled like you think you do. I'm out. And you need to be out too, because I have to be out because I have a child to worry about, and you need to worry about your children. So she leaves. Tommy told his crew to meet them at the warehouse, and he said they were done with Ghost. So Tommy doesn't know that police are supposed to be coming to the warehouse. So Tommy's crew is there. They're waiting on Tommy. They're talking about Tommy. They say, we don't trust him. Like, look at all the stuff he's doing. Like, what are we going to do about him? And all of a sudden, the police burst in. They arrest them all. Tommy, he's watching on the outside because maybe he got some sort of feeling or tip that he knew the police were going to come, but he wasn't in the warehouse when they got arrested. But his crew, they see him lurking. They see him hiding, watching all of this. So his crew figures that they were set up. And in their minds, they're going to handle him. Q, he shows up to Tasha's daycare. We haven't seen him in a while. He basically lets Tasha know that he's not going anywhere, that he wants to get to know her. He wants to help her with moving weight and stuff like that. Tasha says that she wants him, but that she can handle Ghost on her own, especially since he saw the marks on her arm. He got mad, and, I think he was going to try to do something to Ghost. But she told him that he can handle that. He tries to walk away, and she pulls him into like a kiss. He talks to his crew. He lets everyone know that they need to pay attention to him. They need to do what he says when he says to do it. All of the crew, they're in agreement. They're like, we will follow you. And he's like, he's just waiting on a shipment to come in, and they'll be in shortly. Then Jason is talking to this guy in the car before he meets up with Ghost. He's saying, like, I need to keep all eyes on Tommy and his crew. I need to watch for Ghost a little bit. He tells this guy, he's like, okay, I'm meeting up with Ghost, and I shouldn't need a gun. His guy is like, you sure? And Jason's like, yeah, I'm sure. And then his guy's like, take it. So then he meets up at the building, and he immediately sees a metal detector. So it's a guy standing. He's like, put your jewelry, put your keys, put whatever in this pan and walk on through. Ghost, he's waiting. I feel like he's waiting for that metal detector to go off. He wants to make sure Jason isn't strapped. So Jason, he makes it through. They get on the elevator. Jason tells Ghost, he's like, at first, I didn't believe this straight guy routine. I didn't think that you could pull off a legitimate business, but now I do. So as Ghost is reaching in the elevator box trying to get the gun, Jason gets a text from Tommy saying Ghost is trying to kill you, or Ghost is gonna kill you. So they immediately start to fight. Ghost, he strangles Jason. The elevator goes to the rooftop. Ghost pulls Jason's body out. He sees the text from Tommy, so he knows that Tommy tried to set him up. He also decides to text Jason's guy and basically says Dre set him up. And then he puts that phone in his pocket. And then he goes back downstairs. He talks to the guy that was, I don't know his name, but he was by the metal detector. He said, he gives him money. He says, there's going to be a light-skinned guy that's shorter than me that's going to come up. We're going to set him up. So as soon as he goes up, call the police. So after the whole situation with Ghost killing Jason, he immediately calls Tommy. He's like, you set me up. And Tommy's like, you killed Keisha. Ghost says, I didn't kill Keisha. And then Tommy, he doesn't believe that. So Tommy says, I'm going to kill you. Benny, he shows up to Ghost's club and he tells Ghost, he's like, I know that guy did not kill Proctor. Like, I know you lied to me. And then Ghost was like, well, that's what Proctor told me. So I don't know what you're talking about. But then he confesses that he thinks that Tommy is the one that killed Proctor. But he doesn't tell him for sure that he did that. So Benny, he's willing to let, Ghost slide. Like, he has no bad blood with Ghost, especially since Tariq is the one that brought his niece to his place after Proctor died. He made sure she was safe. So Benny tells Ghost, he's like, he's going to handle Tommy. Before Ghost was like, I'll handle Tommy. Don't mess with him. Benny's like, forget your little plan. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Benny tells Ghost that once he meets up with Tommy, he's either going to cough up answers or he's going to cough up blood. Tommy meets up with Tasha and Tariq. He tells them that Ghost killed Keisha. I feel like Tasha, she's relieved that Tommy doesn't know it was her. Tariq is in the room listening to all this. He's watching facial expressions. He's trying to figure out who's lying, who's telling the truth. Tommy is basically like, I'm going to kill Ghost. I'm not asking y'all permission. I'm just letting you know that it's going to happen. And then he leaves. And then Tasha, she's trying to, she's talking to Tariq and she's like, oh, da-da-da-da-da. And then Tariq straight out asks her, did you know that happened to Keisha? And at first, come on, let's be honest. Tasha, she says that she don't want to lie to Tariq. So she says that she killed Keisha. Tariq is mad that Tasha didn't tell him that he was going to kill Keisha because they said they weren't going to lie to each other. They were going to tell each other everything they were going to do. But he eventually gets over that. Tasha said she did it so she could protect the family, so she could protect Tariq. Tariq is like, I'm supposed to be protecting you. And he notices the bruise on her arm. And he's like, how'd you get that? And she's like, Ghost did that. Tariq is mad. He's like, I can't believe this guy. He put his hands on my mom. He's like, I'm supposed to be protecting you. You shouldn't be protecting me. I promise that I'm going to protect you. Benny shows up to Tommy's place. He confronts him. He said, I know you killed Proctor. He has a knife with him. They go back and forth. Benny's trying to turn the knife to Tommy. Tommy's trying to turn the knife back to Benny. At the end, Tommy wins. He stabs Benny. Benny pulls out the knife. He drops to the floor. Dre goes to the location. He's trying to meet Ghost where he said to meet him, what time. He goes through the metal detector. He makes it. Goes up the elevator, has a little grin on his face like, this meeting about to go well. Steps out of the elevator on the rooftop, immediately sees Jason's body, is like, what the fuck? So he's looking up, a security guard spotted him. So someone saw his face. Tate decides in his mind that it's a smart idea to confront Ghost. He tells Ghost he's done with him, things are through, he doesn't need him. He lets Jamie know that he really knows that he's Ghost. He's like, I know who you are, Ghost. Jamie, aka Ghost, he's looking at Tate like, who is Ghost? And then Tate's like, you're Ghost. I know about your past, I know about the drugs, like, I know who you really are. And I can tell the press who you really are. Then Ghost, he's looking at Tate and he's telling him, well, if I'm this guy named Ghost, like, I would have killed you by now. And then Tate is like, no, you're not going to kill me. You know that I'm a high-powered guy, and you couldn't get away with that. And Ghost was like, well, if I'm the guy that you're portraying me to be, then you wouldn't see it coming. This is basically telling Tate, you're lucky I'm not the guy I used to be. Tate and Ramona, they meet up again, but this time Ramona tells Tate what it is. She says, I'm done, I quit. I no longer work for you. Now I work for Lorette's team. And little do you know, but you're gonna know now, that Ghost is her new running mate for Lieutenant Governor. Tate is shocked, but Lorette leaves him standing right there. Sergeant Rodriguez is up with Sax. She wants his help. She knows that he's willing to do whatever to lock up Tommy and whoever else. So they knock on Tasha's door. Tasha answers. She tried to look all sad as soon as she found out that Keisha was dead, even though she's the one that killed her. But Sergeant Rodriguez and Sax, they basically said, cut the crap, forget a sob story, we're not interested. They say, we know Ghost killed Keisha. So Tasha is like, I don't know what you're talking about. And they're basically saying, stop trying to cover up for Ghost. Look at everything he's done to you. Look at all the pain he's caused you, all the trouble. Like, you do not have to defend him anymore. So Tasha, she's not willing to give up Ghost for Keisha's murder, but she does tell the cops that she thinks that Ghost killed Terry Silver. She gives him details as far as that he was probably jealous of her relationship with Terry. She says, you might find his body in a parking lot at the airport. She gives him basically kind of like an exact location. They head to the parking garage. They see the car that Tasha was speaking about. The car's unlocked. They pop the trunk. There's Terry's body. I guess maybe months later. It smells, of course. So Sax, he finds a phone, I guess, in Terry's pocket, but he puts it in his pocket. He doesn't let Sergeant Rodriguez know that he found a phone that, you know, is some evidence that may lead to someone. He's trying to be sneaky. He's trying to possibly blackmail someone or catch someone up. So Sergeant Rodriguez is like, did you find anything? He's like, no, I didn't. Dre meets up with Sax, and Sax basically is like, okay, let's frame Ghost. So Sax tells Dre, I got some evidence, this phone, I want you to take it to Ghost's hotel he's staying at. We're going to frame Ghost, and we're going to pin him for the murder of Terry. So Dre goes to Ghost's hotel, he plants it, and then he leaves. Tariq, he goes to Ghost's club to confront him. He's basically saying he's done with him. He no longer wants to see him again. Ghost is like, I'm your father. I don't want you in this drug business. And Tariq is like, why can't I do it? You did it. Ghost is like, I'm trying to save you. I want you to be better than what you're being. You're smarter. Like, I've done all the things that I've done so you can grow up to be a better man. Tariq, he's not trying to hear any of that. He knows that Ghost put his hands on his mother, and he's not feeling that. He said, don't do that again. He's going down the stairs. Ghost is running after him. He's like, I'm still your father. And he's like, you ain't my father. And if you put your hands on my mother again, I'll murder you myself. And Ghost, he's in disbelief. He's like, he can't believe what Tariq is saying. And Tariq's like, what you gonna do? You gonna pin me up? You gonna slap me? You gonna put a gun to my head again like you did? So Tariq is basically letting Ghost know, like, he'll take him out. Don't touch his mother again. He tells Ghost right before he leaves, he was like, you're responsible for me being here, but you were never my father. And that ends the episode. That wraps up episode 9. I hope you all liked my recap. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I can't wait for episode 10. Thank you guys for watching.